Xander shops all the top term insurance companies to save you money. Get started at Xander.com.
Well, I'm calling about my father. He's been a Christian for probably nearly 50 years. He spends his life, every day serving people. That's his calling. And he owned a construction business for something like 35 years. And during that time, he's acquired a lot of rental properties, all debt-free. And the issue is, what I'm calling you today to talk about, is that he doesn't have a will or an estate plan. And he says that he doesn't need one because he believes that the Lord will return before his death, or during his lifetime.
Okay.
So how do I encourage him to do that without making it feel like, he's questioning his own faith? And who am I to do that?
What date does he have in mind? Can you tell me when the Lord would be arriving?
No, he doesn't have any date or anything like that. He
just before
that it will be during...
he croaks. He's like, it's definitely going to happen before I pass.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what he believes.
But he knows that. He has good authority.
Yeah.
All right.
Here's what I would say, dude. This is a very tough situation. I would sit down with him and say, Dad, like, watching you do life has been one of the greatest learning lessons and like coolest things any son could ever have. I've watched you serve people. I've watched you. He probably gives rent below market value, right? He probably takes care of people. Is that true?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like, if you lead off this conversation by saying like, watching how you serve your local community and you go make money and you figured out how to do both of those well, and you've dedicated your life to God, like, all that's amazing. It's been a high privilege being your son. Can I ask one thing of you? In the event that something does happen to you before the Lord returns, this would be a huge mess for me.
Right.
Would you do me the honor? And because some people think wills are for them, would you do me the honor of putting this stuff down in writing on the off chance? Because you're not going to convince him, right? Like, you're not going to make a rational argument. He's going to be like, you know what? You're right. He's not going to do that. And so really what you're appealing to in this moment is your sense of discomfort.
Yeah.
That to me is the only shot you got. Do you have siblings?
Yeah, there's 10 of us.
That sounds fun. So how does he feel about the government?
He's not a fan.
Well, he is a fan because he's letting the government decide what happens with his estate.
That's the way to say it.
Yeah, you're right. And I've talked to him.
He loves the
about,
government. Actually, he trusts the government to handle all of his estate planning right now.
Yeah,
he's hired him out.
Yeah, you're right.
And they're happy to do whatever they want with his property.
They're happy to take his probate fees on top of his estate taxes as all this unfolds. So here's what I would say. Even if Jesus returns tomorrow, Scripture still calls us to be wise stewards today because we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. And so you can appeal with that. You can appeal with the government angle. You can appeal with the Mark wants it for security and peace of mind angle. Because here's what we do know. The calls that we take on the show, where 10 siblings are involved, dividing up a very complicated estate, never ends well. It ends with relational resentment.
And even if all 10 of y'all are on the same page, which there's 0% chance of that, right?
Yeah, right.
It's those 10, and y'all have all married other people.
You're right.
And they all have cousins. And they all think that by marrying into a construction empire that they're going to suddenly get rich.
And Uncle Randy wants a piece because he helped him with that deal one time.
That's right. He told me. He promised me. He promised me. And bro, getting 10 signatures to simply sell one $110,000 rental property is a nightmare.
It'll be a reality show on HGTV. I'll tell you that much.
Right. Yeah, that's my biggest fear, is causing issues amongst the family.
Have you told him that? Because that's another big one. Dad, I want this family. I want my brothers and sisters. I want us to all stay united after you pass. In the event you pass before Jesus returns, I want us to all stay united, and this will be tough. Like, you're almost guaranteeing that y'all will all dissolve your relationship in some shape, form, or fashion.
Right.
I hate that you're in this situation, man, because your dad sounds like a pretty amazing guy. He's just got this thing in his mind that's pretty tough. And it might be a protective measure for him because he doesn't want to. He has been a pretty strong guy and a guy that's always been in control of who he's giving and his own company and all that. And the thought of being in a hospital bed, the thought of passing away is so heavy that it's easier to create a story that, no, I know it's going to happen. Which, if Scripture's pretty clear, you don't have any idea when it's going to come. Nobody does.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, well, hopefully if he hears this, maybe this will help persuade him.
I hope so, man.
Yeah, or send him the call. Send him the call. Because, I mean, George and I are both sitting here. What an amazing guy. What an amazing legacy he's left. And what a way to pit brother against brother and sister against sister. Or brother's wife's cousin suing everybody because they tripped and fell on one of the houses and you know what I'm saying? It's just, golly, what a recipe for dissension among your family tree that you spent so much time watering and growing.
Right.
Yeah.
There's so much out of his control, and yet there's so much in his control.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things he can control during his time left here on Earth, and I hope it's a long one.
Xander is the best place to find term life insurance to protect your family. Visit Xander.com for quotes today.